Hello everyone, I'm Bethany with Texas Women's University Fitness and Recreation, and this is Virtual Mat Pilates. Today we won't need any equipment unless you know that your body likes to have equipment during certain moves. And as always, please listen to your body, take breaks, and hydrate as you see appropriate throughout our workout today. We'll begin sitting upright with the legs comfortably out in front at a position that reduces tension in the hips. Feet can be pointed or flexed or loose in between. Hands can rest on top of the shins, and we'll take a breath in and up nice and tall. And then on the exhale, we'll nod that head and flex that spine forward and down. And it should feel like we're blowing out candles on a birthday cake when we exhale. And then we'll hold here for breath in, feeling that rib cage expand, and then we'll exhale, just like we're blowing out those candles. We'll take 2 more breaths here, breathing in, feeling everything expand, and then on the exhale, feeling everything lightly contract in. 1 more in, and out. And then on our inhale, let's stack our bodies right back up tall. All right, let's come to our backs. Knees to ceiling. Hands palm down on either side of the hips. We'll enter into our imprint and our release. So here we're reclining in our neutral for us spine. And we're going to use the lower abs on an inhale to flatten out that lower spine just a bit. Not necessarily squished into the floor, just a tiny lengthening there. And then we'll exhale and release back to that natural curve. And again, inhale to our imprint, and then exhale to release. 1 more, inhaling to our imprint, and then exhaling to release. Let's add on to that. Inhaling to our imprint, and then exhaling to continue curling that spine up off the mat until we reach this nice diagonal shape with the back flat parts of the shoulder blades still on the mat. We'll take an inhale here at the top, thinking about squeezing glutes toward the ceiling. And then on our exhale, we'll start to curl that spine back down to the mat the way that we came up, except now we're rolling back down. And then we'll release that pelvis back to neutral last. Let's take a few more. Inhaling, passing through that imprint, and then exhaling, beginning to curl that spine up off the mat. We'll inhale here at the top, and then we'll exhale, curl that spine right back down the way that we came in, releasing those hips last. And then let's take our last one, inhaling, passing through that imprint, and then exhaling, curling that spine up, inhaling at the top of the move, and then exhaling, rolling that spine back down to the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time, and then releasing those hips last. Let's take the arms out to a low V here so that we've got some space to move around. And we'll float those legs to a tabletop position, lightly squeezing the knees and the ankles together. We'll take an inhale as we let the knees rotate to one side, twisting through the obliques. So our waistline here is controlling this move at a 45 diagonal. We'll exhale to hold. And then we'll inhale, take it back to center, and hold for an exhale. Let's inhale, rotate the other way. Exhale to hold. And then inhale back to center. And then exhale to hold. 1 more like this. Inhale. Let's rotate. Exhale, hold. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, hold. Last time like this, inhale to rotate, exhale, hold. Inhale, back to center, and exhale to hold. Adding on. Inhale to rotate. Exhale to lengthen the hamstrings, extending the legs. Inhale to bend, and then exhale, draw back into that start position. Inhale, rotate to the other side. Exhale, lengthen those legs. Inhale, bend the knees back to tabletop, and exhale, back to center. One more round. Inhale to rotate. Exhale, lengthen the legs. Inhale, bend those knees back, and exhale, back to center. Last time, last side. Inhaling to rotate. Exhale, lengthen those legs. Inhale, bend those knees, returning to tabletop, and exhale, return to our start position. We can float those feet back down to the floor, and we can take those hands back toward the hips and let the hands float just above the mat. Let's inhale as we elevate the shoulders toward the ears, shrugging them up, and then exhale, lightly reach the other way, fingertips to heels. Inhale, shoulders to ears. Exhale, fingertips to heels. One more each direction. Inhaling to shrug and elevate. Exhale, reach and depress. And inhale, let's return to neutral. Let's exhale, flip the palms in toward the body and lift the arms up overhead. And we'll inhale to reach toward the ceiling, keeping that distance between the hands the same. And then exhale, retract those shoulders, squeezing them lightly together like there's a pencil in between. And then we'll inhale to reach, and then exhale to contract. One more, inhaling to reach, and exhale to retract. And then we'll inhale, let everything come to neutral in the shoulder position, and exhale, the arms down, palms down on either side of the hips, entering into our head nods. Let's inhale to nod the head, lightly tucking the chin and leaving the skull on the back of the mat or the floor. Let's exhale to release. Two more like this. Inhale to nod, and then exhale to release. And the last one, inhaling to nod, and then exhaling to release, entering into our ab prep. And if at any point you feel tension in head, neck, and shoulders here, you can always take the fingertips and lightly cradle the back of the head so that you're supporting the weight of your head with your fingertips, taking a little bit of that tension out. So, moving with our head nods into our ab prep, we'll inhale to nod the head, and then we'll exhale, hands float, and we curl up only as much as we can control, contracting through this front line. We'll inhale to hold, and then we'll exhale, lengthen it right back down the way we came in. Again, inhaling to nod that head, exhaling to curl it up, inhaling to hold, and then exhaling, rolling it right back down. Again, inhaling to nod the head, and then exhaling to curl it up, inhaling to hold, and then exhaling to curl it back down. Let's take two more like this. Inhaling to nod, exhaling, flexing that spine up, inhaling to hold, and then exhaling, rolling it back down with control. Last one like this. We'll inhale to nod, we'll exhale, flex it up, inhaling to hold, and then exhaling, rolling it right back down. Now we'll take one more, but we'll add on. So let's inhale to nod. Exhale. Flex it up. Inhale to hold. Then exhale, flex a little deeper. For 1. For 2. For 3. For 4. Thinking of contracting here. For 5. For 6. For 7. For 8. For 9. For 10. Inhale to hold. And then exhale. Slow and controlled. Roll it back down. All right, let's flip over on to our stomachs. Let's turn the legs out at the hip joint so that the toes are pointed lightly toward the corners of the mat. And then we'll take the hands underneath the shoulders, forearms down on the floor, and we are going to be in this hovered position with a neutral spine. Many of you may be able to rest comfortably on the floor. If that's you, excellent. We just don't want the head in an accentuated forward position. So head, neck, and back all stay in one kinetic line together throughout this move. But we'll be here, hovered. I'll be turned slightly to the side so you can hear me. And we're going to take a full breath cycle to prepare. In and out. Feeling the belly button pull away from the t-shirt and feeling the glutes lightly squeeze together and up to support us. And then we'll inhale as we reach the crown of the head up, taking the rest of the neck and back with us, contracting ourselves and pressing lightly with the hands so it's not a full push. And then we'll exhale, curl it right back down the way we came in. And then let's take one more of those like this. Inhaling to lengthen and lift forward and up. Lightly pressing into the hands. And then exhale. Curling it back down. Those hands, let's float them, palms facing in toward the hips. Same business here. We'll inhale to lengthen and lift. Reaching the fingertips behind us. Might be less of a hover or more. Either is fine. We're listening for that curling up using the back line. And then we'll exhale to lower it back down. Let's take that again. Inhaling to lengthen and lift forward and up, really reaching those fingertips behind us, pinkies lifting, and then exhaling to lower it back down. Hands pass through a W shape and stack underneath the forehead. Hands and forehead stay glued to one another the whole time, and the legs still stay glued to the floor, the mat, the whole time. Same thing here, inhaling to lengthen and lift up, and exhaling down. Here we go. Inhaling, lengthening and lifting, probably not going as high, and that is okay. And then exhaling, curling it back down. One more like this. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling with control, coming back down. Now we can take the hands, frame the chest, press up and back, shifting the knees forward so that we can round the spine into our shell stretch. Taking a nice, full, deep breath here. Really feeling that press with the hands into the floor. And then we can roll back up to a hero pose on our inhale. And then we'll shift around so that we can begin entering into our half roll back and our half roll up. So we'll begin with a half roll back, legs bent, us up tall, feet pointed or flexed through the ankles, whatever makes sense to your body to reduce hip tension. We'll take the hands, palms down, rotated at the shoulder. We'll take an inhale up nice and tall to prepare. And then on the exhale, we're going to flex forward as though we were over a barrel. Then we'll inhale here to prepare. And then we'll exhale, scoop through that lower belly, to rock back as much as you can control without bread loafing through the stomach, still scooping, hollowing in. And then we'll inhale, scoop further, and rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, scoop over an imaginary barrel, coming forward. Again, exhaling, coming back. Inhaling, scooping over and forward. 2 more. Exhaling to curl back. Inhaling to come forward. Last one like this. Exhaling to come back. And then inhaling up and forward. Exhaling to hold. And then inhaling to lengthen up nice and tall. Wonderful. We'll come from here to fully reclined. Now with your feet, we have pointed and flexed. We're going to go with flexed to keep some kinetic energy in our back line. We're going to think about really pressing those heels down into the floor and pressing them against an imaginary wall at the end of our feet. So we don't actually have a wall there, but we feel like there's one. So heels pressing down and against. All right, the hands are going to face one another, palm in above the shoulders to begin. Take a full breath in and out here to prepare. Breathing in and out. Now we'll inhale, biceps float towards the ears without splaying the rib cage, so we're still closed in the rib cage. And then we'll hold for an exhale. Now on the inhale, think about getting longer as you reach the hands up and over in an arc as you curl as though you're going to touch your toes. And then we'll inhale to hold. And then we'll exhale. Curl it right back down to the start position, biceps to ears. All right, inhaling to begin the process, curling over, and then exhaling as we start the curl. Inhaling to hold, and then exhaling, curling it right back down to that start position. One more like this. Inhaling as we start to initiate the move and nod the head. Exhaling, flexing it up. Inhaling, and then exhaling, curling it right back down to the mat. And then we can release the arms back to the sides of the bodies and take the knees in for a squeeze or a rock side to side. All right, we can rock up to sitting, and we're going to come to our leg pull front prep. So we'll be in a tabletop stance here, joints stacked, but we're going to tuck the toes underneath. From here, we're going to use the lower abs to lift those knees to just an inch or two off the floor. So here we go. Taking a breath in to prepare. On the exhale, lift those knees to a baby hover. Inhale to hold, and then we'll exhale, lowering down. So exhaling as we move. Inhaling to prepare, and then exhaling, lifting up. Inhaling to hold, and then exhaling, lowering back down. A few more here. Inhaling to prep, exhaling, lifting to that hover. Inhaling to hold, exhaling, lowering down. We have 2 more like this. Inhaling, exhaling, using that core to lift. Inhaling to hold, and then exhaling, lowering down. And our last one, inhaling to prepare, exhaling, lifting those knees, inhaling, and then exhaling, lowering them right back down. All right, we're gonna swivel over to seated once more, and then we'll come to our backs and we'll enter into our various stages of our Pilates 100. Let's begin by floating the legs to a tabletop position. Now, anywhere that we have worked so far is fair game, so we can work here, breathing in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts, like we're beating on an imaginary mattress here. We can also come here with head and shoulders down. We can also flex it up. And then today we're going to go to lengthening out with the legs to the ceiling, and we'll keep them here. So if you are not yet here, let's float those legs to a tabletop position. Inhale to nod our head, exhale to flex ourselves up. Lengthening those legs on an inhale, holding for an exhale. And let's begin breathing. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, we're going to bend those knees. Float those hands to either side of the knees. And then we're going to exhale, hold. Then we'll inhale, pretend to take our imaginary top hat off and lengthen those legs at the same time. And then we'll exhale, snow angel, drawing everything back into that start position. Inhale, lengthen, taking off an imaginary hat. Exhale, curl it around. Last one like this. Inhale, lengthen away, and then exhale, curl it around. Going the other direction. Inhale, fan the arms, lengthen the legs. Exhale, dial everything back in. Inhale, sweep everything around. Exhale, dial it all back in. Inhale, sweep everything up and around, and then exhale, dial it back in. Inhale to hold, and then exhale, curl it back down. Squeeze the knees in. We can rock those side to side. We can rock the head side to side to loosen up any neck tension. And then we'll, instead of taking the feet down, float them right back to that tabletop shape and take the fingertips lightly behind the head. Let's inhale to nod the head and exhale, flex that spine up. Inhaling to rotate, armpit toward the knee. Exhale, draw it back to center and stay lifted. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Trying to keep the knees stable. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. 2 more rounds. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Last round each side. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Inhale, rotate. And exhale, center. Inhale, hold. And then exhale. Roll it back down. Take the knees in. Rock side to side. Shake the head no. And then flip it on over to our stomachs once more. Going into our swimmer preps. So it'll be much like we did the week before. Instead of staying on one side, however, we're going to alternate lifting and lengthening through one leg and then the other, and the same with the arms floating. We'll do arms and then legs, where this is going. We know that you've got the energy from the very top back of the hip, lengthening the toe out and then lifting up in this kind of swooping motion. It's more subtle on the leg, but it's this spot that I'm feeling the contraction begin. The other leg is lightly pressing into the floor, so there's still glute activation, squeezing together and then up on the back to support the posture. Those are light squeezes, but I want you to look for also the sensation of the gentle pressing of the other appendage into the floor. So here we go. Starting with the legs and alternating, we'll inhale to lengthen and lift, and then we'll exhale, lower it down, and we'll switch sides, inhaling to lengthen and lift, and then exhale, lowering back down. Again, inhaling to lengthen and lift, exhale, lowering down, noticing the other side pressing in, inhaling to lengthen and lift, and then exhaling to lower. One more set, inhaling to lengthen and lift, exhaling to lower, and then inhaling to lengthen and lift, exhaling to lower. Moving toward our arms, beginning with your preferred side. We'll inhale to lengthen and lift, originating from that shoulder, and then exhaling to lower it down. Other side this time, inhaling to lengthen and lift, and then exhale to lower. Again, inhale, lengthen and lift, exhale, lowering down, and inhaling to lengthen and lift, exhaling to lower down, still keeping the legs on the mat, glutes engaged and belly button drawing away from the floor. Last round, inhaling to lengthen and lift, exhaling to lower, and then inhaling to lengthen and lift, and then exhaling to lower it down. From here, we'll actually stay low to the ground, but we'll begin working on our side kicks. So, bottom leg can remain bent if that is most comfortable for you, or we can take them to about a foot's length in front. So, if this is my body all in one straight line, I can take the legs about a foot's length in front. That'll give me the most workout and also the most stability for my body. With the upper body, we actually will not be in this lifted shape. We will be in either the long arm shape here, or if you feel like, oh, my head is tilted down, grabbing a yoga block or a book is an option, or we can simply cradle the head in the hands, checking in to make sure that we're all in one nice spinal line, and that's where I'm going to be for myself today. But once we've got ourselves situated, the top hand can rest in a little cupcake shape just to make sure that we don't face plant or rock back too excessively, because the challenge is to use your core to keep the hips stacked as we perform the move. So that top leg is going to float to about our hip height position, and we'll inhale as we point through the toe, reaching forward, and then we'll exhale, flex through that foot, and press back. Inhale to point forward as much as you can control it and stay stable. Exhale, flex through that heel, returning back. Inhaling to point forward, exhaling to press back, inhaling forward, and exhaling to press back. Let's inhale and take it back to that start position at a hip height. And now from here, going up and down. We'll inhale to point and lift. only as much as we can control without changing the hip position. And then we'll exhale as we flex through that foot and press down. Let's inhale to point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Inhale, point to lift. Exhale, flex and lower. 2 more. Inhale to point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Last one. Inhaling to point and lift. And then exhale to flex and lower. Now from here, entering into our leg circles. So we'll keep the toes pointed the whole time. And we'll inhale forward and exhale, up and around for 1. Inhaling forward, exhale for 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Switching directions. Inhaling and exhale for 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4, and inhale, exhale 5. Let's lower that leg and we'll enter into our staggered legs. So here, there's a little bit of choreography, but the top leg is going to inhale, the bottom leg is going to inhale to meet it, and then the whole package exhales down together. All right, there's 1. Let's take a few more. Inhaling the bottom leg, and then exhale, down together. Inhale top leg, inhale bottom leg, exhale, down together. Inhale top, inhale bottom, exhale, lower. Last one, inhale up, and exhale down. Let's press our bodies up, swivel the legs, and let's switch sides. So again, bottom leg can also be bent if you need a tiny bit more stability. And then we'll be either side lying or side lying here, or with a block or books underneath the side of the head for support. Legs will be, instead of directly in a line, about a foot's length in front. And then check in with those hips, make sure that they are stacked here. We're not leaning or tilting forward or back. All right. Once we are all set up in our position, thinking of this bottom oblique, drawing lightly away from the mat, we can take that top hand and cupcake it for a little bit of support. Alrighty, top leg gets to lift to a hip height, side kicks. Inhaling forward, exhaling, flexing back. Again, inhaling forward for 2, exhale, flexing back. Inhaling forward for 3, exhaling, flexing back. Inhaling forward for 4, exhaling, flexing back. And last one, inhaling forward, and then exhaling, flexing it back. Returning to that central position. We'll inhale to point and lift, and then we'll exhale, flex through that heel and lower. Again, inhale, point to lift. Exhale, flex and lower 2. Inhale, point to lift. Exhale, flex and lower 3. Inhale, point to lift. Exhale, flex and lower 4. And inhale, point to lift. And exhale, flex and lower 5. Pointing through those toes, circles going in the first direction. Inhaling and exhaling up and around for 1. Inhale, exhale up and around for 2. Inhale, exhale for 3. Inhale, exhale up and around for 4. And inhale, then exhale up and around for 5. Switching directions. Inhaling and exhaling for 1. Inhale, exhale up and around 2. Inhale, exhale up and around 3. Inhale, exhale around 4. And inhale, exhale around 5. we can release that leg back down to meet its mate for just a moment, entering into our staggered legs. So, again, we'll inhale to lift, then we'll inhale to lift the bottom leg to meet it, and then we'll exhale, both legs come down together. Let's keep going. Inhaling to lift, and then exhaling, both come down for 2. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower down, 2 more. Inhale, top, inhale, bottom, exhale, both. And last one, inhale, top, inhale, bottom, and exhale, both come down. Excellent. Let's come up to a seated position. We'll be in a gentle straddle here, sitting up nice and tall. Grabbing books to sit on top of or a yoga block can be beneficial if you feel like your spine is trying to curl you backwards and you have a lot of hip tension here. Or you can bend through the knees. I will be slightly rotated so that you guys can see the up nice and tall posture, and I'll have my knees a little bit soft as well so that I also reduce that hip tension in myself. The arms, instead of being in a rounded first position here, they're going to come out to a T with the hands slightly in front of the shoulders. So not at a V, but we'll be about here. Yeah? Okay. So, in this position, we'll inhale up nice and tall, and then we'll exhale to rotate, and then we'll inhale back to center. And let's take the gaze with the chest. Inhaling to rotate, and then exhaling back to center. Again, switching sides each time. Inhaling to rotate, exhaling to center, inhaling to rotate, exhaling to center. Last one, inhaling to rotate, exhale, center, relaxing the shoulders, inhaling to rotate, and exhaling to center. Let's float those fingertips down. They can frame the sides of the thighs, or you can be in a diving shape here. I find that I tend to roll my shoulders, so I'll be out to the side so that my collarbones stay nice and wide. And we'll inhale up nice and tall, and then we'll exhale, nod the head, and walk those fingertips forward as you curl forward, reaching that spine. Inhale here, and then exhale. Use that spine to roll you right back up tall. Inhaling to nod the head, and then exhaling to flex it forward. Inhaling here, and then exhaling to roll you right back up to that start position. Last one, inhaling to nod the head, exhaling to curl it down, inhaling to hold, and then exhaling to roll that spine right back up nice and tall. Awesome. Let's come to a comfortable for us seated position. I have selected mine as cross-legged, and we'll take our last breath together of our mat practice today. Palms out and up to the sides. Let's inhale. Taking a nice deep breath in, fanning the arms, then we'll exhale. Taking the palms down together in front of the center of the body. Thank you guys so much for joining me together in our virtual Mat Pilates practice today. We will keep building as the semester progresses, working towards our Pilates saw and our Pilates full roll-up. Until next week, you guys, take good care.